don't tolerate abuse very well. In fact, I don't tolerate it at all. Uh, any kind of abuse, I feel that I'm being hurt by, I just won't tolerate it. I can put up with some stuff, you know. I get opinions. I get that. You're entitled to say whatever the fuck you want to say, even if it is abusive. And I used to get pretty fucking triggered over that until I started learning from people. All American, by the way. None of them are from this shithole of a socialist fucking country. Not one of them. I mean, you got that cocksucker Jordan Peterson, who's a fucking socialist, was. I hammered on him pretty fucking bad and pretty quick. Once I listened to his podcasts, that son of a bitch, he did some fucking harm here. He doesn't even know what he done. And guys like him, but that's the idea of socialism, how it works. You know, they can be against Marxists all they want, but guess what? Marxists and communists fight amongst each other. So, you know, you can't deny the fact. If it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It comes down to a behavioral problem and where the mentality is. And one thing I remember most about what I learned in my life was this movie. It was actually not a movie, it's a training video for Top Gun fighter pilots, sorry. And it was a VHS movie. That was back in the 80s. I bought that in the States, you know, when I was down there. I got family down there. Anyways, came up here, watched it, of course. Watched it there, watched it everywhere, burned the freaking tape out. And one thing I remember about that video more than anything was that they train their Top Gun pilots not to fight the machine but the man. And they talked about the ideology back then. I was what, 10, 12? No, 14, 15, something like that. Yeah, about 13 to 15, somewhere in there. Just learning stuff. And that's something you didn't get in this country where I live, because this country doesn't have the free market. It doesn't have the amenities that and the principles that America has, so it's lost. But I was taught some things because I got family, like I said, in the States, and generally around this area back then it was pro-American. A lot of that stuff came up here pretty easily, but that's all gone and it's lost. And a lot of people around here hate Americans. That's why I wear that American flag on my hat, because it just triggers people and it's easy to do it. And I keep forgetting I got it on my hat. And when I walk around, people look at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at me? Whatever. That's the reason why I got it. You know, if you're that easily triggered for a simple, basic thing of free speech, I'm not the problem.